What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Flowers. For those that's new to my channel, Flowers is my segment where I like to give some of my favorite albums or albums that I think deserves a little bit more recognition. They're flowers. So today I'm excited because I've been doing so many like live reaction videos, and although I enjoy those and enjoy sharing those experiences with my subscribers, my core is like just breaking down music and just like fanning out about it, just like pure dialogue. And some people might not like that. But today I'm honored because I get to talk about one of my favorite albums. And this artist, I haven't done a review on my channel, but I did do a battle between him and Mace. I'll put it up here for those that's wondering. And obviously you know who I'm doing if you read the title of this video. But today, I'm going to be giving flowers to Camron's, third album, Rockefeller debut, my favorite Camron album, Come Home With Me.
Hey, yo, come on home with us, man.
I know a lot of Camron fans like to say Purple Haze is his best album, or Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment is his favorite, is his best album. But to me, I think Come Home With Me is the best Camron that we've ever got. Like, it's lyrical, it shows his story, it shows like backdrop of Camron, it also introduces the Diplomats, it has commercial appeal to it. Hey Ma is probably, well, which Hey Ma was the biggest song on Rockefeller and biggest song radio wise in Def Jam history until, you know, the Kanye era. The production is flawless. Like, every song is just like, oh, it's full of nostalgia. It's been 20 years. Like, I can't believe it's been 20 years since this album came out. What was it, May 18th? May 14th. We're just passing the 20-year anniversary. So I just wanted to, like, fan out for a quick 10, 15 minutes. And for all Camron fans alike and all Come Home With Me fans alike, let's just fan out in the comments. Let me know some of your favorite songs on here. Let me know where were you at when this album dropped. What does this album mean to you? I want all that in the comments. If not, I'll just keep doing live videos. But let's get into it. Like I was saying, this is Camron Rockefeller debut. He was freshly off Sony. I believe like Dame Dash was his manager around the time and got him out of that Sony deal and brought him over to Rockefeller. And it kind of like, for me as a kid, this came out May 02. I was 11, about to turn 12, and Rockefeller Records was everything. Like, it was like everything. The Blueprint had just come out. We were waiting the Blueprint 2. We had Bean's first 2 albums. We had Memphis Bleak albums, and then adding like, we had State Property was just being introduced, the movie, the soundtrack, which is totally underrated, and it's on streaming services, so check it out, the State Property soundtrack. And then to bring like this new, different kind of energy into Rockefeller, that Harlem swag, Diplomats, Jim, Joel, Zeke, obviously Camron, it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, and I knew Camron. I was first introduced to Camron with Horse and Carriage. Obviously, I was a huge Mace fan as a kid, probably my first favorite rapper. So that's how I was introduced to Camron. But by the time I got to this, it was just like insane. And I remember he was dropping like those Diplomat mixtapes where he would drop freestyles over like the Blueprint beats, and you could just hear this hunger that he had at the time that was just like, oh shit, this is crazy. So by the time like Oh Boy drops, it was just like fucking over. How many songs on here? 15. The intro with K-Slay would definitely not fly in today's times, but it's still funny. Like, the first line Camron say is like, I advise you to stepson, for I fuck your mom, make you my stepson, you be calling me dad. And like, what? That shit is like such a hard opening bar to the whole album. Is just ridiculous. Going to Losing Weight Part 2 with Jewels, and I love the way he's like, man, I ain't fucking with you no more. The first Losing Weight was on, I think, was it on Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment with Prodigy? I think it was. Same beat too, I think. Like, I don't even think it's a different beat. I could be mistaken. No, Just Blaze did this one, but it's a beat. Maybe it's a G-Unit freestyle over that first Losing Weight joint. But one of my favorite parts is that song itself shows like the storytelling aspect of Camron, of how he could break down this street shit and tell you the story like the girl looking money, get money across the street, think it's sweet, heard he get money across the street, and then has the girl go over there like flirt, stuck her tongue out, flirted, play with us, and then like stood back and blazing with six, amazing and shit. And it's funny at the beginning of the song when he's talking to Jewels, and Jewels kind of fixed the fuck up he did on the prior an engagement, and he's like, yeah, if you get lost, use the OnStar B. And it's like, OnStar never worked in any car that I was in. Like, what happened to OnStar? Where did that like get bought by? I just thought that was a funny Easter egg in here. I mentioned Old Boy. I remember that video was just so dope. They had on like the red, white, and blue, the Michael Jordan Bullets jersey. I'm from DC, so you know, like that jersey was like a staple point. I need that jersey actually. I need that Bullets Washington Jordan jersey. Damn. Yeah, I need that. Just so cool, like him riding around in the Lambo, the silver Lambo, him and Jewels. That song is just like, what always like got me about Old Boy and this is how you know just a good song is just a good song. Just how simple it is. And like back in those times where the sampling came back heavy, like everybody would like do a phrase in between the samples. So like how he does, all the girls see the boy, look at his chips, boy, me in his car, boy, saying, oh boy. Like they do that on like Really Mean It. Like, I mean, I'm Ready. They do the same thing on that, like, but not just Diplomats, like a whole plethora of, like that was a thing at the time. Then you gotta breathe, like those type of things. Live My Life, I forgot about that song. Live My Life over the Tupac and Visions of a Rider, where he talks about getting, I think he speaks upon the Rucker. He talks about Chris Lighty's brother. He talked about a lot. See, like this is the stuff that I feel like Purple Haze don't have. Just like the vulnerability and life painting in a way. Even though Purple Haze is an actual story in a way where he's getting in the car and blah, blah, blah. But him talking about like that story wasn't a good one for him at the Rucker. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was daydreaming. I always love with that sample flip. I didn't even know Kanye worked on that beat. That's crazy. I just learned that today. Come Home With Me, the title track. Probably one of my favorite songs on here. You know what's funny? Jim Jones, on this song you can hear how Jim Jones was just starting to rap. Like he was just, you can hear him like reading the words, and now he's like probably the best rapper in Dipset right now. It's kind of crazy how life goes. Even Jewels always had some social commentary, like he was like, we need schools, like kids need food, like and things of that nature. Like it was like this observing of the hood kind of thing. You could tell he was inspired by Tupac. But Cameron, what did he say on there? When he says mom threw away his crack, so he blacked at her, backslapped her. She picked up a bat like McGuire, hit me. I was back at her.
At a back slapped her. She picked up a bat like.
I remember hearing that as an 11-year-old and was like, oh shit, did he hit his mom? Oh shit, I wouldn't dare. It was another line I thought was like hilarious in that song, how he ends his verse and he's like, now I'm at the dealer buying cars, trucks, aw shucks. Like it's just like some Harlem shit to say.
Dealer buying cars, trucks, aw shucks.
That's how he ended his verse. Like it's fucking classic, man. Welcome to New York City, the first Jay-Z and Camron collab, and I remember hearing the story with Jim Jones about the studio process and how fast it was and how they were just going back and forth and out of the booth. And that song's a lot closer bar-wise than we give it credit for. I'm just going to leave it at that. And another thing, why the fuck does New York, and this is going to get my video downgraded. New York has 1,000 tribute records from Frank Sinatra to Camron, back to Jay-Z, to Alicia Keys again, to Fabio Four. Like, it's like this weird... Jesus, how many songs do you need? But Welcome to New York is amazing. Classic fucking record. I remember my cousin played that to me. This is how you know times was crazy. Like, my cousin had the bootleg before it came out because, you know, Napster and shit. And he called me and was like, you gotta hear this new Camron featuring Jay-Z. He literally played this song for me over the phone from his speaker in his house. And I was just like, this shit is nuts. Like, this is great. Like, that's how great. I miss times like that where music wasn't as accessible. Now everybody has that. Like, we rarely, these videos like this is, which is why I created the channel. These videos like this is like one of the only ways that we can, like, as a community, just love, fan out over records and not be in no like weird way or just, I don't know. But I feel like that part, I miss those days back in the days when you like, I couldn't hear the song you had it, but I didn't have it. And the only way I heard it was through you. I think it was such a dope. It was so dope. It made the music more special to me, like the moment more special. Getting this when it finally come out more special. You know what I mean? Now everything's just streaming. Yeah, you can send it to me in text, but it's like, I'll get to it when I get to it. You know? I'm rambling, sorry. Hey, Mom, I don't even got to talk about that. That's just... Besides, they shot the video in DC, so that was cool. On Fire Tonight, fucking hilarious. Another song I don't think would, like, pass now, but I remember as a kid, it was like, Cameron taught me sex ed. Like, yep, need to wear a condom because you could get burned and get venereal diseases and things. At 11-year-old, like, check, okay, gotta write that one down. Something I didn't think about. Stop Calling is hilarious. I just wanna... Dead or Alive. I love the fact that he set the stage for Diplomats, man. Like, Joel's is pretty much on every song. Jim, who wasn't really a good rapper at the time, is on enough songs. And it's like, it's just beautiful, like the click. Not many, well, I guess he got the Rockefeller producers, and I guess it was Beans, Memphis, and he had Beans, Memphis, and Jay on here, but compared to the other Rockefeller albums that came out around this time, like the Young Guns album is filled with Rockefeller, like on multiple songs. Freeway album, Beans album, Memphis Bleak album. This is the only one that was like, which you could tell it was some like, this is our pod over here. Even though we're under the same umbrella, they operate the way they operate. And listen to Camron interviews like Drink Champs, and he discusses the disdain within Rockefeller with them. You could just tell by this album, like, even though The Rock Just Fire is probably one of my favorite songs ever and one of my favorite Camron verses ever, it's only one feature from Rockefeller with them. Like, I don't know, I just thought that was weird. Can we talk about how iconic, and I was just mentioning about how iconic The Rock Just Fire song is? Like, every verse is great, from Memphis Bleak to Beanie Siegel to Camron, who was just like, if Beans and Memphis Bleak were on play and he went up the bat and knocked that bitch out the park, hit a home run, and like Just Blaze was like the icing on the cake. He was on third base. Camron just knocked it out the park. Let me see. Let me get into my favorite songs. Obviously, The Rock, Just Fire, Welcome to New York City, and I'm gonna say Come Home With Me, the title track. That's my favorites. Worst song, I'm gonna go with Boy Boy. Best line is the whole third verse of Camron, Just Fire. Go ahead, stupid niggas, go fuck with them bricks. I'm the third little piggy, I'ma fuck with them bricks. Betty at the bakery, I got pies and cakes. Niggas think hustling is turn 5 to 8. I turn 8 to 20, 20 to 100, 100 to 1,000, that to 100,000 in front of housing. Close them all down, dog, no one's allowed, and I'm copping everything. I'm done with browsing. TopDon.com, Rockmon, get your shit Rockmon like I seen Rockmon. And I'm extra scary. CEOs all the front and ain't necessary. I fuck your secretary, offer information. It ain't necessary. They in love like the 14th of February. Play him like April 1st, right before I slide off. It could be March 2nd, sound like July 4th. Just ill. Halloween on Memorial Day. At your memorial be 1 year from today, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
In closing, again, it just has to be the best Camron album. I know Purple Haze is dope. I know we get the Get 'Em Daddies and Down and Outs, and like I know we get those records on. Like we get the Pink Truck. That Camron is a moment. But this is from top to bottom, 15 tracks, an hour long. It doesn't even feel like an hour. Every song hits. Truth be honest, and I'm a Camron fan, I just feel like after this album, he took a left with his pen. Like his pen became less important. You know how I talk to some people now and like Camron musically, it'd be like, oh, Scoopity, I was about to say Scoopity Poops. I get computers pewting and shit like that, right? Like nursery rhymes. But this shit right here, like, come on, stupid nigga, y'all go fuck with them chicks. I'm the third little piggy, I'ma fuck with them bricks. And it has that, it adds to that Rockefeller moment. It's a moment, like it's a bigger moment to me. It adds to that Rockefeller legacy. It adds to Harlem. It adds to, like, if this album doesn't come out or work, we wouldn't even know Dipset. And just imagine how fucking sad that would be. Like, can you imagine? Like, that'd be really fucking sad for hip hop and culture. No pink phones, no pink minks, no pink. Like, it'd just be. Imagine if that didn't exist in the ecosystem, you know? So, like, to me, Come Home With Me is a 5 out of 5 album. Stellar fucking body of work. Let me know in the comments, am I tripping? Do you have Purple Haze as number 1? Do you have Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment as number 1? Or do you have Confessions of Fire as number 1? Let me know in the comments. I want to get back into doing more videos like this where I could just discuss dialogue, and I'm trying to think of a way, like, we could do this kind of like live and I could see people react to it, and maybe you offer me some albums to do like for Flowers that's like classic that you love, and we could just like find a way to fan out live with it, you know? But that's pretty much it. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's pretty much it, man. Go ring this up before like some white girl does first time listen to Camron and gets 1 trillion views. Why do y'all love those? I'm Tatum. Peace, man.